Hey there, small business owners. Ever feel like you're always putting off updating your website? For most of you out there, building and maintaining an online presence can be overwhelming. Your day-to-day schedule can greatly impact necessary tasks like keeping your website up to date and planning marketing campaigns to stay competitive. Brand You Love offers monthly packages for website maintenance, marketing campaigns that help keep current customers engaged while attracting new ones, and social media strategies that keep you in touch with your customers. At Brand You Love, we do the legwork for you, so you don't have to. Contact us today at brand.love.com.
Welcome back to Desert City, a Dungeons & Dragons 5e actual play produced by TTRP Theater. I'm Duke Walter, not your Dungeon Master. I play Ellen. Chris Freedom plays Theo. Dean Martin Jr. is Kevyn. And Jazz Abramowitz is the Dungeon Master. Once again, this is the first part of a session that we played not too long ago, and I love the way that Jazz is evolving as a DM. He's putting together some really smart, clever encounters. He's letting us all tell the story together, and by the end of the next episode, you will see how deep I really step in it. TTRP Theater is a group of actors, artists, and gamers from all walks of life who play a diverse set of games in a diverse set of styles. Don't forget to check out all of our content on YouTube, TTRP Theater, 2 words. You can support us on Patreon for as little as $1 a month, and all your support is appreciated, no matter at what level. As a good content creator, I'm going to ask you to like and subscribe to all of the things. It always helps, and we're really grateful for all of the interactions. We all know that the world can be a scary and difficult place to maneuver within at times. So don't forget to hug the ones that you love and do your best to try to make somebody's day. If this is your first time here, thanks. Okay, let's get into it. Here we are, once again, in Desert City.
So let's start with a little recap. We opened shortly after Morningwood was taken to his quarters with the trio wanting to do some investigative work. Theo and Kevyn went to the library where Ellen obtained a few writings from Morningwood and Kevyn explored the card catalog before meeting with Hafsa the librarian. Hafsa told you a bit about the origins of Kalishan. It was believed the Fae, led by Acheron of Asteries, opened a portal to the material plane and were stuck for thousands of years. And during that time, they imbued the land itself with arcane energy. When asked about Dawnbringer's connection to the god's agate, she could only remember Dawnbreaker Trail Dance had mentioned it a few times.
Dawnbringer, not breaker, bringer.
Dawnbringer. Did I say Dawnbreaker?
Oh yeah, you say it all the time.
I know I say it all the time, but did I say it that time?
You certainly did.
Lovely. When asked about the Dawnbringer's connection to the god's agate, she could only remember Dawnbringer Trail Dance had mentioned it a few times. Each of you left with books, Ellen a book on Ericon, and Kevyn a book on the pirate Borscht. Meanwhile, Theo hung out in the kitchen where he first met with Dom, who discreetly told him that he believed Amarandi and Emerald Wind were somehow connected to the vote that switched the council's side from Urlani to Urakel. Furthermore, he expressed that it was due to something powerful that had the ability to create or destroy. He let Theo know the orcs were behind him if he needed it. Theo moved on to talk to Tramer, who wasn't much help, but whom Theo recruited to join the party. He had Tramer write a note to his wife, and then he left to meet up with Ellen and Kevyn. In Theo's room, you shared all the information you learned. You gave Tramer 5 gold and asked him to meet you at the Spitting Camel. You decided to go talk to Dawnbringer Hildegard Freelander. You pressed her for information about the vote. She described Morningwood's sickness as inconsequential to the vote, as there were 4 out of 6 in favor of the switch. After some persuasive speech, she shared that the god's agate contained a sliver of a long-past god's divine heart, and gave its owner, if they had enough arcane ability, the opportunity to ascend to godhood, essentially becoming a demigod on the material plane. Further, she explained that she was told that Silpasha was in possession of the agate, and that he would learn arcane ways, ascend to godhood, and destroy the church and all of its followers if they did not support him. Shortly after, a warning beacon was sent through all of Dawn Tower. You met up in the main corridor where Sunrise Lord Dawil charged all available clerics to take on a Bullette which had appeared near the Copper Ante, and that's where we are now. So the pitter-patter of feet rustling out of the castle surround you. It is organized chaos. But shortly after, Dawn Tower is mostly clear, and the three of you are together in the main corridor. What would you like to do?
Theo, Chris, did you plan for Theo to go along with the clerics to fight the Bullette in the streets?
I didn't make any plans, but yeah. So I need to clarify a point.
Okay.
Have I told them about my conversation yet?
Yes, you shared your conversation with both Dom and Tremor in your room.
But not the conversation with the Dawnbringer. I don't think. I don't think that Theo had shared that conversation yet.
Not with Ellen, but Kevyn was there.
And what was her name?
Hildegard.
Okay. Got it.
Hildy, and I mean that with all disrespect. I just got done editing that episode, and I was fucking laughing and laughing and laughing at that shit. That was great.
Did not like her at all.
Rightfully so.
Cart boy,
right. All right, let's go. Let's do this. I'm in.
Okay, if you're headed off, I think that Kevyn and I are going to, or at least I think I'm going to stay, and I'm going to try to maybe sneak in and out of a couple of offices and see if I can't find some information while the place is clear.
Okay.
He only asked for the clerics to go. So it might be smart for you to go be present, and Kevyn and I might be able to weasel our way into a couple of offices or back rooms or something.
It would be glaringly obvious if I didn't participate in this. I have to be there.
I think so too.
Oh,
So hey, listen, before we go, I wanted to tell you, I had a little powwow with old ball breaker Hildegard. And she kind of told me a few things. Like, first of all, she told me the way the vote went down and that this may not have been directly about the vote. I don't know that decisively, but she put some doubt in my mind. Also, she kind of told me a little bit about pause for contemplation.
Seal Pasha?
The god's agate, as if he never paused. And
I won't leave that whole pause in there, but there's going to be a fucking pause.
Oh, shit. The god's agate. And basically, what she said is that it's comprised of, or at least according to lore, there's a sliver of the heart of a god in there. And it actually gives its owner the power to create and destroy. I mean, it's pretty monumental thing to have in your possession. And currently, she believes Silpasha has it and is learning how to harness that power. That scares the hell out of me. So I'm going to go do this, but we need it to be at the top of our priority list to address that.
Okay, then I'm headed for Amarandi's office. I think that's the first place to go.
Okay, I'll send you a scroll when I'm headed back.
huh?
Okay, I'll be watching for a note.
Great.
Let's go.
Theo takes off running away from us, and he's, I don't know, maybe 80, 100 feet away. I see him going out the doors, and I turn around and I point at him real quick. And Chris, in your head, you hear a whisper from me. Don't make it weird.
Oh, here's Theo running full speed away with bold determination and suddenly a giant smile on his face. Hilarious.
Okay. So here's how we're going to do this. I wasn't sure if you were going to go to the Bullette or not. So we are going to say that the battle with the Bullette is going to last 15 rounds. And Theo will role play some of those rounds with you, as well as the rest of Dawn Tower and the other citizens that are taking up against the Bullette. While they are gone, you and Kevyn, Ellen and Kevyn, can search the property. Anytime you search, that is going to be equivalent for 1 round. If you are successful in your search, you consume a round. If you fail in your search, that consumes 2 rounds. You and Kevyn can search together or separately, but any failed search from you individually will consume 2 rounds for everybody. At the beginning and after every 3rd round, I'll have you both do stealth checks to avoid others who are still in the building. And a failed stealth check will consume 1 round. If you are caught, there are consequences.
And we don't have a 15-round clock in our head.
No, not necessarily, but as players, you do. So that's okay.
Gotcha.
So let's start in the church. So the first thing I need you to do is decide if you're going to roll individual or group stealth checks as you start to sneak around Dawn Tower.
I think it's smarter for us to split up. I think we can cover more ground. I think that we have more opportunity.
Gone.
You are just as sneaky, if not sneakier, than I am. And I'm talking as players. Table talk. I think it makes more sense for us to go our separate ways. I'm going to cast Disguise Self. I'm going to disguise myself as one of the porters here at the church, just so that up and down the hallway I'm a little less conspicuous. And yeah, I mean, I think it makes sense if we are searching separately. Of course, then again, I say that, but Kevyn doesn't really know his way around. Now, maybe it is better if we search together.
It's all good. He'll break off. He'll find something.
Well, and I would be able to, direct you to at least the floors in which, you know what I mean? I know that the Dawnbringer's offices are in. I mean, are we ballsy enough to try to get into Sunrise Lord Dawil's chambers? I'd be scared of that. I'd bet there's some fucking wards and some spells and shit. But
there might be some cool stuff.
But there might be some cool shit.
All right. So if you're going to search together, which has advantages, right? Because you can give each other help actions and have advantages on your search and only consume 1 round if you do that. And some of the DCs are high, so having advantage may be to your benefit, but you can cover more rooms if you split up.
I think we split up. I'm a +6 on investigation. I'm a +4 on stealth. I think Kevin's +5?
6 on stealth.
He's -1 on investigation, but +6 on stealth. So
just point me to Hildegard's office.
Oh, you know right where it is.
Huh.
You were just there. Yeah, I think that several of the other Dawnbringers their offices are right in that area too. So
yeah, if you guys are going to Dawnbringer's offices, they're basically in the same corridor, just like different doors, different parts of the hallway, things like that.
Okay, I think that's where we start.
All right, give me individual stealth checks.
Hot dice, baby.
Motherfucker. Oh, the dice tell a story.
14.
5. I rolled a natural 1 +4.
5. All right. So, Kevyn, you are free to go into whatever room you were hoping for. Ellen, you have to wait around, but there are only now 14 rounds of battle left. Kevin, which office are you going into, and what would you? And then go ahead and do your investigation.
Hildegard.
Okay. What do you look? Are you looking for something in specifically, or are you just going to do a general search?
I'm just gonna give it a look-see.
Okay. Go ahead and give me investigation.
Ugh. 4.
You don't find anything of consequence.
Does she have a coffee mug?
She does have a mug for ale, water, wine. Yes. Tea.
Tea bag.
Okay, great. Kevin puts his balls inside of Hildegard's tea mug. Noted.
Theo is not even in the freaking church. I just want to make that known.
Yeah, no. Theo is on his way near the spitting camel, near the copper ante, where the Bullette has popped up.
No, it wasn't a question. I'm just placing myself away from the scene of obscenity.
Yeah, no, heard. Now, you guys can both move on to other rooms. And if you will each give me an investigation or an investigation check, just tell me what room you're going into and if you're looking for something specifically.
I think I come to Brecken's room first.
Okay.
And I'm just trying to rifle through notes. If there's, really kind of starting very cursory on the, desktop, is there anything sitting out that has any value informationally? I'm not trying to steal his baubles and whatnot, but
okay.
I rolled another natural 1 plus 6 for a 7.
Oh God.
You don't find anything of consequence at all, and that consumes a round. So there are now 13 rounds left. Kevin, what office are you going into, and what are you looking for specifically?
He's just working down the hallway. Okay, so whoever's next door.
You tell me. I can give you the names of the Dawnbringers, or you can roll randomly.
Yeah, roll at random. He's just going next door.
Okay. Well,
what do you want me to roll?
A D6. Whenever you're ready, I'm ready.
1.
So you are going into Musa Amarandi's room.
Ooh, cool name.
Musa Amarandi, if you'll remember, was one of the people that Theo would have told you about. His orc network had overheard Amarandi and Emeraldwind having conversations about Morningwood and his vote.
Okay.
If that's where Kevin is going, that was my intention, was to head there too. So we would probably go into the room at the same time.
Well, you've already consumed your round.
Yeah, true.
And that was looking in Brecken's office.
Yep.
So he's in there. You may have the opportunity to join him, but he's in there at the moment. All right, go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
Come on, baby, get hot. 14.
14. All right. So as you are looking around Amarandi's room, you see a jeweled skull with a sparkling blue gem in one of the eyes.
Not touching that. Okay, anything else?
That's really the only thing of consequence that you see.
Finds the agate right out of the gate, scoffs at it, walks to another room. Remember that time the game could have been over?
Ah, man. He's got this crushing feeling that thing's watching him. Okay. Divert eyes, slip out into the hallway, and gonna get Ellen's attention.
All right. That completes that particular round. There are now 12 rounds of battle. We'll pop over to Theo.
Don't die.
That's a good idea.
Theo, you run towards the battle. You get into the proximity of the copper ante. It's chaos. You see the ground has opened up. It looks like there's a giant crater in the middle of the road. And there is an enormous Bullette. If you're not familiar, it sort of looks like an oversized crustacean with giant claws. And it has burrowed up from underground and is swiping his hands and wreaking havoc. There are 4 groups from the city that are attempting to defeat the Bullette. The clerics from Dawn Tower, Wylam's men, the Knight's Guard, and then a citizen's militia. So all 4 groups have surrounded the Bullette. It's already taken damage in the first few rounds, and you've arrived somewhere around round 12. You stand with the clerics. How we're going to do this is you will roll for all of the clerics. You can either give healing to one of the other groups, or you can roll for a hit. Now, if you roll for damage or to hit and you are successful, then that's like an entire volley of the cleric group doing damage. Does that make sense? So it's not Theo's individual damage.
Yeah.
Right now, the Bullette still looks pretty healthy. It has taken a few hits. And we will go through each individual group. If at any point you want to talk to the clerics surrounding you or whatever, please do that. And I'm just going to kind of roll through some of the damage scenarios. So the clerics are third in initiative. First is Wylam's men. Second is the knights. Third are the clerics. Fourth is the Bullette. Fifth is the citizens militia. So Wylam's men hit. They do a volley of arrows. They are hitting in between some of the Bullette's armor. It's natural armor. Does a little bit of damage. Next, the knights go. They miss. Clerics, you're up.
Have any weaknesses on this thing?
Dawnbringer Brecken turns to you. There seems to be some space in between its natural armor where if we can target just that area, we might be able to break through and get into its skin and guts.
Okay, yeah, let's attack and aim for the gaps.
All right, give me a... I'm assuming you're going to do like a ranged attack?
Sure.
Okay, so just give me your normal ranged attack with advantage.
Dude, what does that mean? I don't know what that means.
So like you're shooting it with a crossbow.
Okay.
But give me the higher of 2 rolls.
Oh, I see. Now I understand. Okay. 6 + 1. I got a 7.
Okay, clerics miss. The Bullette is
but
going
I get a second try, right?
Oh, that's right. I thought that was your total roll. Go ahead.
Okay, 19 + 1 is a 20.
20 hits. Go ahead and do your damage. Go ahead and roll that damage for me.
2 - 1 is a 1.
Okay. Wait, how do you have -1 damage on your crossbow?
I don't know. 1d8 - 1 is what it says for piercing. Maybe I have dull arrows.
Maybe. Very strange. All right. You do... we're going to multiply it. We're going to do a 5 multiplier. So you got 1. So you did 5 damage. Next, the citizens go. The citizens miss. I skipped the Bullette, though. The Bullette is going to attack the clerics.
Of course he is.
He takes a swipe at the clerics. He misses. Give me a perception check, Theo.
14.
With a 14, you see Basil. He was the one running the game that Kevyn introduced you that showed you the way to the copper ante.
Okay.
Basil is it Basil? I don't remember. He is laying on the ground, injured.
Hmm.
You may take an individual action to heal him if you want, or you can move on.
Is he conscious?
He's conscious, but he's just hurt on the ground.
Basil, do you need help?
Please. Oh,
Duh.
it all hurts so bad.
Did you say duh?
I said,
Yeah, I heard you.
Duh.
Right. Well, all right. Well, then I'll try to heal him. Cure wounds. I got a 7.
Okay, so you give him 7 health. He looks much better. And then he comes after you. You! This is your fault!
How is this my fault?
Those damn beans! I planted one of the beans to grow more beans, and then this thing erupted out of the ground!
Oh, Lord. You have to know those are magic beans. There are consequences.
You didn't tell me that they were gonna sprout a monster?
Well, I didn't know.
You didn't know? Oh my... I can't believe this!
Regardless, we're here to help. I'm glad you feel
You
better.
fucked me! You fucked me! Now I'm down a bean, and my toe and my alleyway is destroyed. I lost all my money. You fucked me with those beans.
Did I?
You did. You tell Kevyn. I'm pissed.
Yeah. Let's talk about Kevyn after we beat this thing's ass. How about that?
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Okay. Now shut the fuck up.
Fucking crybaby.
He backs up immediately and feeling healthy, steadies himself with his weapons and is ready to assist in the fighting of the Bullette. Okay, we're gonna
Picking
go
on the-
back over.
Yelling at the dude that's fucking twice his height and 3 times his weight and could grab him by the head and fling him across the fucking street.
And just gave him fucking health. Just gave him 7 health.
He's so mad.
He's so mad.
You're welcome.
All right, we're gonna jump back over to Dawn Tower. Kevyn is right outside of Amarandi's room. Ellen is near Brecken's room. And we have passed the first 3 rounds, so each of you give me an individual stealth check or a group stealth check if you are going to combine forces.
18 on my stealth.
Great.
So individually? Okay. 17.
Perfect. No round consumed there. You both pass your stealth check, so you can move freely into whichever offices you would like.
Did you find anything in Amarandi's office?
Take a look in there. Just peek in there. Look at that skull.
I poke my head in.
You see a skull with a bright blue jewel in one of the eyes.
Is it facing the door?
It's against the far wall underneath a window on the floor.
On the floor. Okay. But is it like looking, does he have it looking at the door? Does he have it looking at his desk? What, you know what I mean? Is it?
It's just facing the east wall. There actually is no doors, windows, anything. It's just facing that door.
Okay.
Just looked like bad mojo. I figured you know something about it. I didn't know anything.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar. What are you thinking? Yeah, I guess it probably could be. I mean, he's definitely a powerful enough cleric to have some kind of shit. I didn't even think about that.
You think it's surveillance?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
As long as Hildy don't have surveillance, we'd be okay. I was just looking for the bathroom.
Did you? I don't want to know.
You do, though.
I got a 13 on investigation in Amarandi's office. I go in anyway.
With a 13, you basically see the same thing. I mean, there are other things, obviously, but nothing of consequence.
No notes, no notebooks, none of that. Just easy access. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Make my way back out into the hallway.
All right. Kevyn, are you investigating a different room?
Continue the search, I guess. Not even sure what he's looking for, but he's looking.
Okay. Either give me a D6 or tell me which office you want to go into.
Just going down the hall, hit it random. 2. Makes sense. 1 and 2 next to each
A
other.
2. Yeah. So that is. Sorry. That is Sunrise Lord Dawil's office. Go ahead and give me an investigation check.
I got his name written down. Why do I have his name written down? Okay, here we go. 5.
Nothing. Since each of you, since Ellen used yours on Amarandi and Kevin used his, that consumes 2 rounds of battle. So you're down to 10 rounds. Okay. Cut over to the battle. So this Bullette looks pissed. We're going to go back to the top of the order. We're going to start with Wylam's men. Wylam's men hit another volley of arrows. They do 7 damage. The knights charge. They miss. Clerics, you're up.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna attack this thing. Can I use whatever I have as the group's settings? Like, can I use 2-weapon fighting?
100%.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and slash at this thing and try to hit it with my mace.
Okay.
So, do I roll each of those separately?
Nope, just roll 1 attack roll.
Okay, 20 plus 4 to hit.
Did you get a natural 20?
I got a natural 20, 24.
Oh, you
Hell
fucking
yeah.
crit. So,
Sweet.
when you crit,
Hot dice.
you roll your damage twice.
Okay. 6.
And Chris, just going forward, because I know you're not familiar with the 20-sided. You drop that 20, you got to come with a little more enthusiasm.
Yeah. True. He is 100% correct in that, actually.
You know, when 20 happens to me in real life, I kind of tend to want to just slow roll it. Like, I don't want to get too excited because I know what can follow a 20.
2 ones to start. That's right. What can happen.
Exactly. Okay, I got a 6 and a 4.
All right. So damn.
50.
You do 10. What?
50.
Yes, you guys do 50 damage. The clerics rush in. Some of them are fighting experts. Some of them are using their spiritual weapons, but they unleash a hellish melee attack on the beast and carve it up for 50 damage. It looks hurt.
Bullette fucked with the wrong motherfuckers.
It's the Bullette's turn.
I'm saying.
He misses. He is so reeling from that hit that he misses his attack. And the Citizens Brigade misses as well. So you guys, he is looking hurt. He's like probably halfway to dead. All right, back to the temple. You guys are in your offices. You can go search whatever offices you want or do it randomly. You have 10 rounds left.
Okay. I wrote down DeWheel's name for a reason. I'm not sure exactly why.
He is the head cleric. Sunrise Lord DeWheel is the head cleric of the entire Order of Lathander.
I gotta clarify something first. I'm so sorry. I was coming in there with 2-weapon fighting. Was that just 1?
You can't do ranged, and you don't want to do 2-weapon fighting. You'd use your bonus action for something else. That's a single punch that you could maybe do 3 total damage with.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's the way I initiated the conversation. So I wanted to make sure we followed through all the steps. Okay.
Use your bonus action to cast your spiritual weapon or something like that. That's
No.
what I would do.
All good. Moving on. Just trying to understand the game, regardless of what we do.
It's fair.
That's my fault. I mean, I should have let you take a crack with your second weapon. And if you want to, we still can.
No. Move on. I'm trying to get it right in my head.
Throw the punch.
Okay. Well, I mean, what I thought would be following up with the mace. That's what I was going to intend to do.
So it's not like you have a mace and a rapier. It's like you crack them with the mace, and then you throw your elbow.
Oh, I see. Now I understand.
When you get that second hit, I think you don't add any bonuses to it. It's just a flat hit at like a low level damage.
It's 1 damage plus whatever your strength bonus is. So if you're plus 2 on strength, then if you hit, it's 3 points of damage. So when you're fighting a bunch of goblins, yeah, it might be worth it. When you're fighting a Bullette, not really. You're better off using that bonus action to do something else.
A whole bunch of information I did not know. So super helpful. Even though you've already told me and you'll tell me next time too.
Yep.
I didn't know it. So there we go. All right.
100%.
That's why we're here.
Moving on.
So you cracked the elbow already. Go ahead and throw it.
All right. I'm going to hit the motherfucker with an elbow.
Come on, baby.
I got an 8 plus 4, but I don't know if the plus 4 counts. I don't know.
The plus 4 does not count.
Okay,
Yeah, and
8.
this is regardless. So.
Okay, moving on.
All right. Okay, back to the tower. You have 10 rounds. Go ahead and tell me where you'd like to search.
I'll leave it up to the dice as to whoever's office is next down the hall.
Okay.
5.
And you guys are still rolling separately.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. 5.
How do you guys want to set up the rooms in the church? You know what? Let's just go random. Let's not think it out. Let's just roll a dice and figure out where we're all going to office. I think that's the best path forward.
Huh?
That is Deinbert Emerald Wind's office.
So, Chris, I'm excited for you to DM the next campaign with all your smarts over there, big guy.
No. I just think it's funny because I'm just thinking about how you would actually organize a building, and then this is, in this world, you can just go random. I just think it's funny. I've organized too many offices.
Oh, okay.
We're just randomly going into the offices.
Yeah, it's not that the offices are placed randomly. It's that they are randomly choosing which office to search.
Oh, I see. I got you.
And
Okay.
I've got a numeric system that
Fair enough.
Gotcha.
each roll is determining which office.
Got
Okay.
you.
And once a quarter, everybody randomly draws which office they're moving into.
No, it seems perfect. I was just picturing everybody just randomly rolling a dice to decide where they sit in the church.
This is how we avoid fraud. Is we change offices.
Right. Nobody gets used to their neighbor in this church.
Yeah, and you can't hide things in your office because you have to up and move it every quarter. So
I just think about how many times we've changed seats in my offices and how much of a nightmare it is, and everybody bitches about it the whole time. I'm like, this church is a bunch of grumpy old people that don't get to sit where they want.
Hey, and whoever's moving all this furniture hates these people.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah,
exactly. Probably some cart boy.
Yeah, the dwarven moving crew, fucking, they've upped their rates every year for the last 15 years by 35 to 50% because they're so fucking tired of this shit. And the church doesn't care; they just pay it anyway.
Exactly.
Well, that's just how we've always done it. Anyway.
Have another bake sale.
Which office am I going in again?
Dimebag Albert Wind.
Emerald Wind's office.
I rolled a 14 plus 6 for a dirty 20.
All right, a dirty 20. What are you looking for specifically? Same thing, notes, things like that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to gain any kind of notes, notebooks, you know what I mean? Something, journals, something that might, help to expose either conspiracy with Silpasha, conspiracy with Sunrise Lord Dawil, conspiracy amongst the clerics themselves, anything that may grab my attention, or potentially, are any of these clerics also under the possession of the Fey spirit that is obviously lurking these hallways?
Got it. So you start rooting around in Emerald Wind's office. There are two things that catch your eye with that investigation roll. One is a crystal goblet that is on his desk on top of a very large drawer, or what looks to be like a drawer or a compartment.
Good thing Kevyn didn't find that goblet.
And the other thing is you notice a painting on the wall is slightly crooked, and every other piece of art in this room is completely straight.
Go for the painting first.
So you go for the painting first. Go ahead and give me another investigation roll.
15 plus 6 for a 21.
21. If you would like, you can remove the painting from the wall. It will not alert anybody that it is there.
Yeah, what's back there?
You do see a small piece of string or wire that is attached.
Is it attached to the painting or attached to something in the wall? I don't understand.
It seems to be attached from the painting to the wall, but it's going behind the painting, so it's hard for you to see where the wire leads to.
Okay. I'm going to put the painting back on the wall and kind of shift it back and forth, left and right, as if it was like a trigger handle, maybe?
Mm-hmm. Give me sleight of hand.
Ooh.
2 plus 4 is a 6.
A 6. You start shaking it back and forth. You hear a mechanism click and spike chains come out, burst through the painting, and you take 6 points of damage.
I don't get a dex save or anything?
Why you gotta make me look up the phone? Yeah, go ahead.
Is it a trap?
Go ahead, and it is a trap. Go ahead and take your dex save.
17.
Okay, so you roll your shoulder out of the way. The spikes scream past you.
Oh.
And the wire seems disconnected. You can now freely remove the painting.
Okay.
These chains rip through the painting?
Yep. And then go back into the wall. So they shoot out and go back.
What the fuck is back here?
So the painting's ripped.
Yeah, but the mechanism which triggered it seems to have been disabled now.
Are there switches? Is there, like a hole, a button, anything like that back there?
Yeah, it's a safe.
Oh, there's a safe. Okay. So is the safe locked?
It is.
Slide a hand to get it open?
Yep.
14.
14. That doesn't do it. The lock is a little too advanced for you.
Yeah, I'm getting the fuck out of here. Grabbing the crystal goblet and getting the fuck out of here.
Okay. Give me a roll. Hold on. Give me a dex save.
Oh no!
5.
Activated all the traps.
You take 3 points of damage as you lift up the goblet and more spikes come up and shoot to your hand. But the door opens. The cabinet door opens.
On the safe?
No, this is on the crystal goblet that you grabbed.
Oh, yeah. What's in there?
So you look into the drawer. You find a weapon. It appears to be a longsword hilt, and only the hilt.
Lightsaber!
I stand over it. Are there runes? Is there any kind of writing on the hilt? Anything like that?
Go ahead and give me a perception check. I know your passive perception is like 14. I think we talked about that the other day.
Yeah, 8 is my perception.
Okay. With a passive perception of 14, it really just looks like the main thing was the damage that you took from grabbing the crystal goblet. It itself does not look.
The hilt of the sword doesn't have any runes, doesn't look nothing like that. That's okay. You know what? Fuck this guy anyway. I'm gonna take it.
Oh! You grasp the hilt. And now you feel like if you really thought about it hard enough, you might be able to conjure a blade with that. But maybe you have to think about it for a long time.
Okay, tuck it in my belt.
You tuck it in your belt and you leave. So that is going to consume a round. There are 9 left. Kevin, go ahead and give me your random roll.
I was worried
As you're thinking it. Yeah, exactly. Same. Go ahead.
I was worried he was going to activate that thing, cut off his nuts.
That's what I was thinking too. Same thought.
Yeah.
Same thought.
Zoom. Aye. Does the room he's in? I mean, does Dawil, does he have his name on the desk? Is there anything to identify this as this person's room?
Yeah, there is. I mean, they've all got little they all have little marbled nameplates with their names very meticulously carved in. So outside of his office is a red marble nameplate that says Lord Dawil.
Excellent. Okay. Kevin knows this is the head dude, and he don't want to let the guys down. You know, he knows Ellen's probably doing good work, and Theo ran off to fight the enemy. Kevin's got to find something in here. So he's going to try to investigate that room again.
This is Desert City, a D&D5E actual play produced by TTRP Theater. I'm your Dungeon Master, Jazz. Theo is played by Chris Freedom. Ellen is played by Duke Walter. Kevin is played by Dean Martin Jr. TTRP Theater is a group of actors, artists, and gamers from all walks of life that play a diverse set of games in a diverse set of styles. We have a wide array of content available for free on YouTube. Search TTRP Theater and subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Twitter at TTRP Theater. We'd love to hear your feedback. Comment on YouTube or tweet about the show using hashtag RenCityPod. That's RENCITYPOD. Or follow us at the same handle, at RENCITYPOD. Be good to one another. See you next time.